Dumb Husky and His White Cat Shizun is a BL novel. This is an audiobook made by fans for other fans. Disclaimer. Descriptive violence and triggers for sensitive content. If you don't like it, don't listen. Thank you. Remember, subscribe and click the bell to stay updated on all the new releases. Enjoy. Chapter 5. This venerable one did not steal. Loyalty Hall was brightly lit. She may had parted ways with them a while back. Ran stepped into the hall after Chu Wanning, perplexed, but suddenly understood the situation upon seeing the scene inside. Rongju, that sissy. Ran had stolen some money from him before leaving, and he'd actually had the nerve to come to Shizun Peak to complain. Rongju was crying miserably while curled into the arms of a large, stocky man. When Ran and Chu Wanning entered the hall, his sobs grew 3 pitches higher, as if he might foam at the mouth and swoon if not for the arms holding him. On the dais, behind a bead curtain, a delicate lady sat, clearly at a complete loss. Ran didn't spare the repulsive pair so much as a glance, and instead saluted to the lady. "Aunt, I'm back." This woman was indeed the master of Shizun Peak, Madame Wang. Unlike those heroines who were every bit a match for their male counterparts, she was a meek homemaker who did not dabble in outside matters. Without her husband here, she really didn't know how to deal with this at all. She spoke timidly, saying, "Ran, you've finally returned." Ran acted as if he didn't even see the pair here to complain, and smiled at her. "Aunt is up so late, did you need me for something? You see, this wrong Gongza says that you took his money." She had a thin face, and was too embarrassed to say that Ran went whoring. So instead, she chose to address the minor offense. Ran's eyes curved in a smile. "Really, it's not like I'm short on money, why would I need to take theirs? Besides, they don't look familiar, do I know you?" The stocky man sneered. "Yours truly is surnamed Chang, the eldest of my family. As a business person, minor formalities matter little, you may call me Chang Da." Ran smiled, and purposefully flipped his name around. "Ah, so it's the Chang Big Intestine Gongza. It's an honor to finally meet you, please excuse my rudeness. And this other gentleman is..." "Ha, Gongza sure is fond of acting the fool. This is the first time you and I have met, but in the 30 days of this month, you've spent 15 nights in Juer's room. Have you gone blind? How would you not recognize him?" Ran was entirely unperturbed, still smiling as he glanced toward Rongju. "What's this, trying to slander me? I'm a decent, honorable person, of course I've never slept with any San-er or Juer." Rongju's face was red with anger, but he continued to nestle against Chang's chest, sobbing. Gongza, I know my status is low and unseemly, if you hadn't exploited me so cruelly, I wouldn't have come calling, but to be treated like this, Ran's tone was as if he was the one being wronged. "I really truly do not know you, I can't even tell if you're male or female, how could we have met? You patronized my business just last night, how could you be so cold? Chang Gongza, you have to get justice on my behalf." He burrowed even deeper into Chang's arms, crying louder than ever. Off to the side, Chu Wanning's entire face was ashen, frown twitching as he listened to this absurdity. If not for the self-restraint of his young master upbringing, he would have beaten this repulsive pair off the mountain long ago. Big Intestine Gongza patted Rongju's head while soothing him with soft words, then declared threateningly, "Madame Wang, Shizun Peak is a virtuous, upright sect, but this Gongza is vulgar and despicable. Chu works hard for his money, all to buy his own freedom as soon as possible. But this guy? As if mistreating Chu wasn't enough, he even stole all the savings Chu sweat and bled for. The Chang family are not cultivators, but we are moneyed and have been in business for generations. If your sect does not give us a satisfactory explanation today, we will be sure to give the whole lot of you a hard time in Ba Shu. Madame Wang was flustered. Ah! Chang Gongzi, please calm down. Amo Ran sneered internally. The Chang family were salt merchants, ludicrously loaded. Who would believe that the eldest son of the Chang family couldn't afford to buy out Rongju's freedom, and had to let his Chu earn his way himself? Smelled fishy, to say the least. But his smile remained fixed as he said, ah, so Big Intestine Bro is the son of Yazhu's affluent merchant family, impressive and commanding as expected. Truly admirable, admirable. Big Intestine Gongza looked quite smug. Humph, so you do know your place. Why don't you make it easy on yourself and confess up? Where are Ju'er's things? Hurry and return them. Amo Ran said, still smiling, how strange, your Ju'er takes so many guests every day, even if he lost something, why am I being blamed? You. Big Intestine Gongza gritted his teeth, sneering. Fine fine fine, I just knew you would try to get out of it. Madame Wang, as you've just seen, Amo Gongza won't be reasonable, and refuses to come clean. I won't waste my breath on him anymore. You're the one in charge, you decide. Madame Wang knew little and less of such affairs, and her words stumbled over each other in her nervousness. Aran. Men are. Unwilling to let his mother get put on the spot like this, Shuemeng stepped forward. Chang Gongzi, Sishan Peak has strict rules of discipline. If your accusations turn out to be true, if Amo Ran truly violated the mandates against greed and promiscuity, we will naturally deal out severe punishment. However, it's your word against his. Have you any evidence? Big Intestine Gongza smirked. I knew your sect would pull this, that's why we rushed to get here before Amo Ran arrived, to confront Madame Wang. He cleared his throat, saying, all of you listen well. Ju'er lost 2 units of pearls, 10 gold ingots, a pair of gold plum blossom bracelets, a pair of jade hairpins, and a jade buttery pendant. Just search Amo Ran for these items, and the truth of my accusations will be made clear. Amo Ran objected, what right do you have to body search me? Humph, looks like a guilty conscience to me. Big Intestine Gongza lifted his chin haughtily. Madame Wang, what's the punishment for the sins of thieving and lechery at Sishan Peak? Madame Wang answered softly, my husband has always been the one in charge of sect matters, I truly, do not know. Doubtful, doubtful. I think Madame Wang is purposefully playing dumb to shield her nephew. Heh, who would have thought that Sishan Peak was actually such a corrupt, filthy place? That's quite enough out of you. My aunt already said she's not used to making these kinds of decisions, aren't you done bullying a housewife yet? Amo Ran interrupted, finally fed up with his blathering. Even the carefree grin that was usually on Amo Ran's face had dropped somewhat. He aimed a sideways glare at the repulsive couple. Fine, search me then. But if nothing is found, yet you slandered my sect to such extent, what should be done then? Then I will promptly apologize to Amo Gongzi. Sure. Amo Ran agreed easily enough. But just one thing. If you're wrong, then you have to crawl off Sishan Peak on your hands and knees as an apology. Seeing Amo Ran's confidence, a seed of doubt couldn't help but sprout within Big Intestine Gongza's heart. He had held cultivators in high regard since he was young, but he himself unfortunately had no talent for cultivation. A couple days ago, he'd heard that his old paramour Rongju had somehow earned Moran's favor, so the two had come to an agreement. Rongju would find an opening to seize Moran's cultivation, and Big Intestine Gongza would buy his freedom in exchange. Not only that, he'd also promised to take Rongju into his household, and take care of him for life. Big Intestine Gongza longed for cultivation, Rongju coveted riches. The pair of scoundrels were well matched in their collusion. Moran had fallen for their scheme in the previous lifetime. He'd gotten even in the end, but had suffered quite a bit in doing so. This time around, their ploy came up completely empty, for Moran had done an about-face suddenly and for no apparent reason. He'd still been in a drunken stupor mere days ago, nestled tenderly in Rongju's arms, "Ju are this, Ju are that." But his morning, he'd brutally screwed Rongju twice, unexpectedly taken all his belongings and valuables, and run off. Big Intestine Gongza was furious, and had immediately dragged Rongju to Sishan Peak to complain. This salt merchant Gongza was a shrewd businessman. He figured that if he just busted Moran, then he could force Madame Wang to disperse his cultivation. He'd come prepared with a cultivation-absorbing jade pendant, to gather some easy pickings for assimilation into his own spiritual reservoir later. But looking at Moran now, Big Intestine Gongzi hesitated. Moran was a crafty guy. What if he'd already sold the stolen goods, and was just waiting to pull one over on him? But then again, things had already come to this point, it'd be a waste to give up now. Maybe he was just bluffing. The one over here was still struggling with his thoughts, but Moran had already started stripping over there. He took off his outer robe, casually tossed it aside, and gestured in invitation with a smile. Go ahead and take your time to search. After all that racket, they found nothing but some spare change. Big Intestine Gongza's expression changed entirely. Impossible. You're definitely playing some trick. Moran squinted his purple-tinted eyes, stroking his chin. You've already turned my robe inside 10 times, and touched me all over 7, 8 times. There's nothing left to do short of getting totally naked, and you're still not giving up. Moran, you. Moran had a sudden realization. Ah, I get it. Big Intestine Gongza, could it be that you've been lusting after my good looks, and put on this entire show just to take advantage of me and cop a feel? Big Intestine Gongza was about to pass out from rage, his entire face was red with anger, and he pointed at Moran, but was unable to manage a single word. Watching from the side, Xuemeng had long hit the limits of his patience. He might have disapproved of Moran, but Moran was still a member of Sishan Peak, and outsiders had no right to degrade him. Xuemeng strode forward with not a trace of politeness, raised his hand and unhesitatingly broke Big Intestine Gongza's finger, admonishing, "We've humored you for half the night, but it turns out you were just making trouble out of nothing." Big Intestine Gongzi howled in pain, cradling his finger. "The lot of you. You're all in on it together. No wonder the things weren't on Moran, you must have hidden them. You stripped too, let me search." Someone actually dared to order him to strip. Xuemeng immediately flew into a humiliation-driven rage. Shameless. You really think those dog paws of yours are tea to touch even the corner of my hem? Get the hell out. Now that the young master had spoken, the attendants in Loyalty Hall, also long since fed up with this facade, immediately surged forth to clear out this pair of ordinary people with no means of resistance, and soundly kicked them off the mountain. Big Intestine Gongza's furious screeching could be heard from the distance. Moran, just you wait. I'm not done with you yet. Standing outside Loyalty Hall, Amoran gazed at the night sky, his eyes curved into a smile and sighed. I'm so scared. Xuemeng shot him a cold glare. What are you afraid of? Amoran said with genuine worry, they're salt cellars, I'm afraid I won't get to have any more salt in the future. Xuemeng was silent for a moment, before asking, you really didn't screw the prostitute? Nope. And you really didn't steal? I really did not. Xuemeng said, I don't believe you. Amoran raised a hand, laughing. Let the heavens strike me down with lightning if I'm lying. Xuemeng suddenly lifted his hand, and grabbed Amoran's arm in a vice grip. Amoran stared at him. What are you doing? Xuemeng rapidly chanted an incantation. Scattered sounds could be heard as a handful of beads, each about the size of a soybean, slipped out of Amoran's sleeve and fell to the ground. Xuemeng gathered spiritual energy in his hand and waved toward the beads. The beads started glowing and growing in size, turning into a pile of jewels and valuables, plum blossom bracelets, and jade earrings, golden and sparkling on the ground. Amoran, we're fellow disciples of the same sect, don't make things difficult. Xuemeng glowered. Amo-wee-you, have you no shame? Hee hee. Xuemeng roared, no one's laughing with you. Amoran sighed. It's not like I can cry on command. Xuemeng's face was gloomy. Is this how you use Sishan Peak's concealing technique? Practical applications. Xuemeng's anger returned. That salt merchant was an annoying clog thing, so I didn't roast you in front of him. But that dog thing did have one thing right, violating the mandates against thieving and lechery like you have, no matter which sect you're at, you'd have it coming. Amoran grinned, undaunted. And what are you gonna do about it? Wait for uncle to come back to tattle on me. He wasn't even worried. His uncle spoiled him to no end, the most he would do would be to scold Amoran a little, he'd never have the heart to beat him. Xuemeng turned around, brushing his wind-blown hair aside, his eyes glinting with scorn in the darkness of night. Dad? No, he's at Kunlun and won't be back for a month or two. Amoran's smile froze, an ominous feeling washing over him. He suddenly remembered a certain person. But, if he were here, then it would have been him receiving Chang Gongzi at Loyalty Hall today, not the oblivious Madame Wang. That person shouldn't be here, right? Seeing the flickers in his eyes, Xuemeng's air of disdain became even more obvious. Dad does spoil you over much, but here at Sishan Peak, isn't there someone who doesn't coddle you? Amoran slowly backed away a few steps, a forced smile on his face. My esteemed cousin, it's so late already, let's not disturb the elder's peace and quiet. I was wrong, there won't be a next time, how about that? Please go get some rest, hee hee, you look so tired. And then he immediately made a run for it. You're got to be kidding me. This Xuemeng fellow is way too ruthless. Right now he isn't Taxian Jun, ruler of the human world, how could he risk falling into that person's hands? If that person were to find out that he had stolen and hoard, he'd probably break both of Amoran's legs. If he doesn't run now, he won't get a chance to anymore. End of the chapter. Stay tuned for more BL.